All right, everybody. This is Collin,
And Niecey?
and this is the I Got It From My Mama podcast. So, welcome to episode 3,
3.
season 1.
Mhm.
Right. So, you know how we like to do it. We're going to open up with some prayer, then we're going to get into some sports, some life, some drama, all that good stuff, all mixed in one. So, we appreciate you being here. This is your first time. Thanks for checking us out. If this is not your first time, thanks for rocking with us. So, when I put this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, Mom's going to open us up with some prayer, and we're going to get to it.
Okay. Gracious and Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day that we have not seen. I just ask, Lord, that you continue to bless us, be with us in our day-to-day routines, and I just ask for your blessing over this podcast. I thank you for all who are watching and who are with us, and I give you the honor and the glory and the praise, and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right. Thank you for that prayer, Ma. So
You're welcome.
we'll jump right in. So um, just to talk about what I've got going on. So I am in the Super Bowl of my fantasy team. So there are some people that watch that are not
Oh my
in
goodness.
that Super Bowl. So shouts out um, to my league and uh, all my guys and the NFL. Too bad for those Browns though and those Bengals. But you know what? I'm happy because it's just giving me more ammunition for the Ohio Brown Bengals.
Oh,
Honestly,
it is.
I think this is it's writing itself that the Ohio just needs to combine the two teams, get rid of the Bengals, get rid of the Browns. We just need to have one Ohio team, kind of like Carolina does the Carolina Panthers. Just the Ohio Brown Bengals. Makes sense to me.
That makes sense to
It
you.
makes perfect sense to me. I don't
So
know. What do you think?
where are we gonna play? In the middle of 71? What I
Yeah.
mean, that's how it's gonna be.
Well, the Browns are basically building a stadium in the middle of 71 in Berea or wherever they're
Berea?
Berea, wherever
Okay.
that's at. So might as well just come on south a little bit more and build a new stadium.
But they're building a stadium.
I know for the
So
Browns, but they might as well just go ahead and make it for the Ohio Brown Bengals. That's all I'm saying. This is just a me thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Am I crazy? Is this just a pipe dream, or do I really have something? I know. I think I do. You don't think so,
no,
huh?
I don't, because I think Browns fans are Browns fans
Mm-hmm.
and Bengals are Bengals. And it's going to be hard, I mean, as a Browns fan, for me to pull for the Bengals,
Yeah, but it's not the Bengals. It's the Ohio Brown Bengals.
the Ohio Browns
We're
Bengals. Brown,
Brown Bengals.
Brown Bengals.
Yeah, we're one now.
Colin, that's not going to work. People
Maybe
are
not in
too,
your lifetime.
not in my
Maybe not
lifetime.
in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Okay.
maybe we'll do that down the line.
Okay.
Let
You,
y'all diehards
yep.
die off.
Yes.
We'll figure something out because this
Okay.
is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I
Ridiculous.
think you have a point, and your idea makes you go,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, because we both are struggling
Both
big
horribly.
time. We both have two wonderful quarterbacks,
I don't know. Burrow is not feeling. He didn't have the mojo anymore.
but he's just frustrated. He's just frustrated, and he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
That's all. He's young, and things have always come together for him.
Yeah.
And he's just really going through a tough time. But that's life,
That's life.
and that's his journey.
Yeah.
And he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Because he can play, he can ball now. I have to give it to him.
He can.
And so, and then poor, I need to stop saying poor Shador, because Shador gonna be all right. I don't even know why I worry about it. Yeah. He's gonna be okay.
If they give him the right equipment, what do you hear about that? They didn't give him the right wristband, to call the plays. They gave him the wrong one, or not the updated one. I don't know.
That is ridiculous. I can't. Are you kidding me?
Well, did you hear why the conspiracy? Why Stefanski doesn't like?
Why
Shador?
doesn't Stefanski like
So,
him?
do you remember when Dion was doing what Dion does, and he was doing the 2 games? I think this is when he played for the Braves and he played for the Falcons, right?
Falcons in Atlanta. Yes.
And the Falcons had a game, but the Braves were in the playoffs. They won the playoffs. There was a writer. I can't remember his name. If you know his name, put it in the comments. Let people know. One of the reporters was very harsh on Dion and saying how selfish he was and all this kind of stuff.
Oh,
They
when
ended up
he
winning.
he did the ice, he put
Yes,
the ice, he put,
yes. He
yes,
threw
he went,
he
yeah,
had
ice,
like
yeah,
four things of water on
right,
him.
right.
That's Stefanski's grandfather.
Well, that explains it. Okay.
So
Oh,
that's what I'm hearing. I haven't fact checked that. That's just what
okay.
I heard, but I
Oh,
hope
it's
it's
his
not that
grandfather. So Stefanski is pissed off way back. Woo, that is pretty. That would
big.
be. That would do
That
something
would do
to you.
something. It's
Okay.
generational. Nah,
Generational pissed off. That's what that is. Oh my goodness. You got to check that out.
Yeah,
Somebody put that in the chat. We've
yeah,
got to find out
yeah. See,
if
that's
that
true.
is really, really true.
We should get Stefanski on the next episode and just ask him.
He's not coming because I don't like him.
Oh, but yeah, let us know. Let us know. Keep moving on the football side. I call him the wrong name. Your guy up in Michigan, Sharon Moore. I call him
Sharon
the other one. What's the
Moore.
actor?
Shamar.
I'll be cutting that brother's name up. Moore.
No, don't put that on.
Right.
Don't put that on Shamar. He's like, I'm minding my business.
Yes,
Moore. Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think about it. I probably need to call my cousins up in Michigan and find out if we're kin to them because we are the Dean Moore family reunion.
Wow, that is very eerie. Yeah, that could definitely be. Yeah, up in Detroit. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that makes more sense because someone did call me Sharon Moore just this week.
Oh, they probably thinking that you kind of look like him or something.
So it makes sense if we're
my
kids,
gosh,
if we're cousins, because I had the vest on and I had blue on, so I don't know. Now it really makes more sense.
Okay.
Like,
wow.
And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'd be down here. But
no.
Jeez.
He needs to come to Ohio and hide out.
he ain't getting out anytime soon. I know you heard what happened with the fallout. I mean, we're kind of a week behind now, but he was subsequently let go, which is so silly. Like, if you're going to do that, if you're going to do your dirt at your workplace, why would you fire that girl? Why would you do that? Like, what did you think was going to happen? You think she was just going to be cool with that? And like, I don't know. She gave her a 55% raise. This is her, Sharon Moore's personal assistant, executive assistant.
She is his personal assistant.
Personal. I tried to be nice with the executive.
Okay, executive assistant. So she knows quite a bit about him.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And he gave her a 55% salary increase.
Raise. Mm-hmm.
I guess that wasn't enough.
Yeah. Yeah. That
we'll never know.
We'll never know. But then, so the rumors were out, but they couldn't connect the dots. This is the University of Michigan, their athletic department, all their people, which they're in shambles anyway. University of Michigan, they don't have a university president right now.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of leadership roles there that are vacant that they're having trouble with. Yeah. So.
And what person in their right mind that would be interviewing for that position would want to come into that? Because that is part of his or her job.
As the president
of the university? President, she's got other things. I mean, she's got to deal with the AD, the coach. That's just a small department, but big department because it's University of Michigan.
Yeah, it's a moneymaker too.
Yeah,
so
and it's making the university quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I was interested in that, if I would want to come into that. That's a lot.
It makes it very difficult.
It's a hot mess. To be perfectly honest.
And I don't know. It's tough. And you guys know me. I'm not a Ohio State fan per se, but I'm not a Michigan fan.
No.
But it just seems like every so often there's always something around that university. Whether it's like Chris Webber stuff, Fab Five and all those.
Well, you went way back.
It
Yeah.
seems like every so often there's always
Right.
something with that program, with that university.
Right.
And they got some serious.
But you know what I have found over the years in following sports? There is always something going on, like an undercurrent. However, a lot of colleges and universities do a very good job of keeping it hush hush, keeping it up under the rug. You can't tell me that the University of Michigan and this what they're going through now with Coach Moore, it's something that just happened. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they said it has. They admit it's been going on, but they just had no proof. Now they've got the smoking gun when he let. So basically, it was one of those things like, you need to separate. You need to. He was being told you need to let it go.
The university was telling
I don't know if it was the university or friends, like people close to it, but hey, you need to separate yourself from this, like either transfer her to another department, let her go, whatever, like few options. He went with, I'm gonna let her go. And I just feel like that was a horrible decision. Like
why is that a horrible decision?
What you do eventually comes out. What you do in the dark eventually comes out to the light. So it's not saying that it would have protected him forever, but I don't know. It just seems like just put her in a different spot. Just transfer her somewhere else so she's happy, and then now you might lose your job. I mean, you might not lose your job. You might be in other turmoil with your wife and with Christ and all that kind of stuff. That might be messed up, but at least you still have your job. To get fired from your job and then lose it all is just those are crushing blows. Generational wealth. I think $5.5 million a year, 27.5 for over 5 years or something like that. It was, doing the math.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's a lot of money that he left on the table.
It's a lot of money just for
over. I'll give it to him. He made a mistake. Yeah. I'll give him that. And I'm not trying to be cruel or anything, but this happens often.
Yeah.
And what I have gotten out of this is that Black men and men, period, but right now it's, Black men, you've got to be careful. And discipline is a very, very, it could be your ace in the hole. And it just seems like that not all, I'm not saying all, but quite a few of them fall in the trap. But I was thinking when it first came out, this happened to Samson and Delilah. This has been going on a long, long time.
I'm not familiar with that.
Samson and Delilah. Read it. It's
in the Bible.
In the Bible.
Okay, yeah. Tell me more about that.
And they were in a relationship. They were not supposed to be in a relationship. Delilah played Samson, just like women do all the time. And Samson had a power, an extra a strength. And the power that he had was in his hair. And through their little rendezvous and them being together, she was able to find out what it was. And she cut his hair off while he was, and sleeping, and that's how they ended up in the mess that they're in. So all I'm saying is that this is nothing new under the sun. My grandmother used to say, there is nothing new under the sun. This is nothing new what Sharon has done.
Okay.
And
so that's
to be perfectly honest, what is it? Judges. Okay. And I have prayed for this man, even though as a Black woman, I'm upset with him because I feel for his wife and his children.
Yeah.
And if everything is going on that people have said, people at the University of Michigan knew that this was going on. So that means that rumors and all this stuff was all over. So his wife was dealing with quite a bit.
Yeah.
his wife and now his kids. I think he's got. I heard Stephen A. say something about daughters. He's got
3 daughters.
yeah, daughters,
Mm-hmm.
and a 6-year-old. And when I heard that, I thought, oh my God, my granddaughter is 7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot for a kid to have to to deal with. So my prayer is that, first of all, he needs to get the help he needs,
Right.
because if he was trying to hurt himself, the counseling should come in. He's got to get help. He's got to deal with this. And now he's caught in this trap, and he's going to have to open up, and he is going to have to deal with it. And he owes a lot of apologies to a lot of people, starting with himself. He made a bad decision. And I feel for him. I hurt for him, but I thought, good grief, is this ever going to end?
Yeah.
I don't
last
know.
week was tough.
Yeah.
Last week was a tough week for him.
Yeah.
It was a tough week,
So
because you get that news, you get, like, they did the timeline, like, you get fired at 4:45.
Yeah.
And then he immediately goes into pursuit of the girl.
Okay.
And tries to breaks into
Down
her house.
The door. They're not going to beat on the door. Okay.
And wants to take her out, unalive her.
Unalive her?
Yeah, that's why he's in custody. Yeah. So he went to take her out.
Jeez.
Take himself out. And that was going to be the end of it. But he ended up fleeing. That didn't happen. He ended up fleeing to a nearby church, and they picked him up, and now he's in that special mental care. Yeah. That's why when you saw him at court, he was in that
little space, but whatever,
by himself.
And they have him on suicide watch. So yeah, I just pray for his family. I pray for him, and I pray for his family. I pray for her. And then, what is this rumor about that is possibility that she may be expecting? Is that true, or is that just part of the rumor mill?
Well, that was kind of what kind of tipped the scale, is that a DoorDasher delivered like a Plan B to the house, and then the DoorDasher kind of went with it, and then,
oh my God!
Again, there was no evidence behind it, but now there's a smoking gun with it, so it kind of adds makes it validity, adds validity to the case. So yeah, it's a mess, man.
It's sad.
And this is what I don't like. You hear this all last week, and now everybody wants to take this moral high road and be like, see, thou shalt not. And I don't like the finger wag. I don't like because anybody can get caught up in anything.
Yes.
And especially black men, instead of helping our brother, it's a shame on him.
Yeah,
and,
but
and
he needs
looking
help.
down on him, and it's
he needs help. He needs help right now.
He probably needs prayer more than
anybody. He needs help. He needs somebody to be in his corner. I don't know if he has a pastor or most black men have a praying mama or grandma or dad, somebody. Yeah. So, I'm just praying that his support is there for him, because he really does need it. I'm thinking he's trying to kill himself, kill this woman. I mean, this is a lot. This is a lot for him to have to deal with. My prayers are with him. I mean, it sounds okie dokie and whatever, but I prayed for him, and I will continue to pray for him, because this is he has created a mess, and it didn't have to be that way, but it's here now, so deal with it.
Gotta deal with it. And then I listened to 97.1 The Fan from time to time.
Okay.
You guys are on my list too, just from 2021, from the whole when UC was in the college playoff. Y'all didn't give us no love. Don't think I forgot about that. Carpenter, what's it? Bobby Carpenter. And the dudes in the morning. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna run into y'all one of these days. Don't worry. You'll know. You'll know. But I was listening to them, and they're talking about just that whole era with Harbaugh, and when he came, that whole tree needs to just be uprooted and gone, because they feel like Ohio State might have broken the Michigan machine, because they beat Michigan like 10 years straight,
right?
And which caused them to go to this depth of what they've done. But what Ohio State needs to realize is that they need Michigan just like Michigan needs Ohio State.
Right.
So
I can give you
don't watch which side your bread is buttered on now. Don't be wishing.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Because this Ohio State Michigan rivalry has to remain a rivalry.
Oh,
You
yes.
got to have it.
Oh, absolutely.
Both ways.
It has to remain a rivalry.
Yeah. So.
And Harbaugh does not get a pass because he got out, but you can best believe he was aware of some of the things that were going on. But there's a lot of people who have 9 lives. They will land on their feet. They can step in a whole bunch of and come out smelling fresh as the nice, clean air, laundry, just fresh, whatever. And there are people like that. And I put Mr. Harbaugh in that category. Some people just get out of stuff. Just nice. Oh, I'm not in it. They stir the pot.
Yeah.
And then, I better get on up out of here, and I think that's exactly what happened. He knows exactly what's going on. And Michigan needed a scapegoat. They needed somebody to put it on. Mr. Moore was in the right place at the right time.
Now, my question is, if they beat Ohio State, does this even happen? If Michigan beats Ohio State this year, does this even come out?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
I still think so. Okay. Because the people of Michigan, from what I'm understanding, is they loved him. They wanted him in that position. Okay. Put him in that position and whatever. But then there are some people who say, see, we can't do stuff for some folk. They just can't get it together. And it makes you angry because it's not fair. But life isn't fair.
Life isn't fair.
But I think Michigan was looking for a scapegoat and out, and they got it. And Harbaugh is sitting at home thinking, but that doesn't mean some stuff may come out.
It might come out.
I'm not saying that it's Harbaugh's fault of what happened, but I'm just saying that he was very aware of that Michigan ticking time bomb. I mean, if they're saying that people on campus knew that this relationship was going on, you can best believe the higher ups were very well aware of it.
Yeah, because they did a whole internal investigation. They didn't find any evidence of such foul play, and then I think the board, the trustee board did a outside investigation. Stuff came up. They still didn't really find anything.
So they really did dig and check them out.
They dug, but as soon as she got fired and came to the athletic director and said, "Here's your receipts."
Oh, so she went to them with the receipts.
Yeah, she snitched.
And what is
seems to be the.
This has been the year of the black man falling down. These women are eating them up. When you think about all the different things, when you think about Shannon Sharp and his fiasco and whatever, now these people are in these men are losing an awful lot of money over nonsense, to me.
Over lust.
Yep.
Over like you said, it's discipline. Right.
Discipline. It comes down to
the disciplined life is the only life worth living.
Yeah. You got to take all of that into consideration.
So let this be a message to everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Please.
Self-included. Discipline.
Yes.
Is
discipline. Yeah.
Was it regret? It weighs tons, but discipline weighs ounces. So.
Okay, I've never heard that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Regret, it weighs tons. That discipline, it weighs ounces.
And
so
you do in life. Don't get me wrong. Men, women, young, old, professional, not domestic. You name it. Women, old men. Everyone has to make it a decision.
Right.
You've been in situations where you have to make the decision, and it's not always easy. It's not. I'm not saying that it is or whatever. And I tell your sister all the time,
Mm-hmm.
girl, if I came up in your era, what you guys have to deal with, good googly. I mean, there is a lot,
Yeah.
uh, compared to. But I was married at 30. But I mean, the competition. I mean, is something. God bless your mom, your grandmommy, my
Mm-hmm.
mom. My mom said she wouldn't have. I remember her saying she wouldn't have any money
Mm-hmm.
left over. And I said, why? She said, because I'd be going to get my hair done, my
Mm-hmm.
nails, lashes. She said, I'd have it all.
Mm-hmm.
And, she says, because the competition
Mm-hmm.
is so steep.
Yeah.
And
And
I said, are you serious, Mom? She said, oh, these young girls have, run up and all the things that they have to deal with.
yeah. And
It's
that's a
not easy.
neighborhood. That's a neighborhood. Imagine now it's the whole world. I can be DMing somebody from across the world right now
Yeah,
in real time.
yeah,
Like, so you're not just competing with women
right,
in your neighborhood on
right,
your block.
right. Yeah,
It's a lot of temptation out
right,
there.
right.
It
I,
is.
I I didn't, I don't know. We had this conversation. I did not know. Remember when I asked you about OnlyFans?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
did not know how lucrative that can be until where I was in the barber shop, and this guy says he had to get online to find out to see what his girl was doing today.
Oh
And
man.
I'm looking at him and thinking, what? And then somebody had to break it down to me in the shop. Well, there are women that are online.
Now he said his girl. Like that.
Yeah, yeah. He was.
That's everybody's girl
Well,
now.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, what? I'm still dating back in 1982.
Mm.
And it, like you said, it's a whole new ball game now.
Look, Pimp C said it back in 2002. Pimping ain't dead; it just moved to the web. Like
I love
that was
it.
in 2002. That was over
Wow,
20 years ago.
wow, that
So
was, yeah.
it's man, it's crazy out here. It
It's
is.
crazy.
It is.
Yeah, as they used to say, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wow.
Yeah, and he got in trouble for that too.
Yeah.
Coach Moore, I guess one of the OnlyFans models came out and said he was DMing in her DMs and
I had
stuff
heard
too.
that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was a rumor or not. Wow. So I
People
mean,
just looking for clout, man.
this brother's got a whole lot of things that he's got to unpack.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
just praying that he gets the right counselor and the right people around him so he can work through this, because it's going to take some time.
His fall is not even begun, because
No,
I'm sure
it's the tip of the
wife is not
iceberg.
going to stand for this, and
No,
she's probably going to leave. And I'm not wishing that on anybody,
no,
but
I don't either.
I'm just sure he's going to end up. He's probably going to have to do some time.
You believe so?
He's going to have to do some time. I don't.
For trying to hurt her. Yeah.
Attempted murder, manslaughter. Yeah. He's.
Do you think it would be different if the woman?
Go ahead.
If the woman he was messing with was
a black woman?
Black woman. Do you think it would be different, or is it going to be time because the woman is a white woman?
Look, I think I want to say if it went down just like it did, I want to say no, it wouldn't be different, but we know it would be different. It would definitely be different, because, and I don't want to go down this rabbit hole,
right?
Because we have other topics to talk about, but it's did it really happen? And I feel like women already get overlooked and not believed anyway. But as a black woman, they're definitely not going to believe it. They're going to question everything.
Right.
Because I was telling Sierra about this. I was like, wow, it was a real knee-jerk reaction. Like, as soon as everything came out, it was like instantly you're fired. It wasn't, no, let's bring Coach Moore in. Let's have this conversation.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about where, two sides of the story.
Right.
Somewhere in between is the truth.
Right?
Right. It was, as soon as she sang, done. He's out of here. Like, it's it's gone.
Yeah.
So do I think from that standpoint would have been different? Probably just because, well, is she telling the truth? I don't. Do we know? Do we trust it? Because you just have that. And tell me in the chat. Tell me if you agree. If you agree or you don't. If you
That's a
disagree.
good point.
But yeah, if this was a black woman, it definitely would have went a lot different, in my
Right.
opinion. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
Interesting. Well,
We're gonna see what
great
happens.
conversation. That was good.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna segue. So this is your next one. These are mom's notes here that I'm reading. How can we give a hand to others without being called an Uncle Tom? And then, is it your responsibility to reach out and help? Kind of a loaded
Loaded
question
question.
there, huh?
It's very loaded.
So I will start with
Okay.
this, just a little point of information, because a lot of people take Uncle Tom as a negative connotation,
Mm-hmm.
rightfully so, because of Harriet Beecher Stowe's book novel Uncle Tom's Cabin, which
Tom's
was
Cabin.
written, as you know, in the city of Cincinnati. And in that book, Uncle Tom was not a good figure, but the real Uncle Tom actually was nothing like the Uncle Tom in Uncle Tom's Cabin. So I really, if you don't know the story, I would recommend you guys going out doing being some keyboard warriors and checking it out. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but I just wanted to kind of note that, like, Uncle Tom, the term Uncle Tom has kind of been depicted as something that's bad, but it really doesn't mean that. It was kind of twisted. So
Okay.
check out that little bit of history. But in the sake of time, to answer your question, Ma, how can we give a hand to others without being called an Uncle Tom? What do you mean? So why would they call you an Uncle Tom if you're giving a hand
Well, it
to
was kind of
others?
like a two-part uh, question.
Mm-hmm. Because when I think Uncle Tom, I think Uncle Ruckus, which you don't understand the term Uncle Ruckus because you didn't watch the Boondocks. So the Boondocks
No.
is a cartoon. It was a political cartoon, like in a school newspaper. Someone helped me out. Was it Harvard? I don't know, but the author, McGruger, he started it, and the characters kind of came alive off the newspaper comic strip, and then it became a show. And Uncle Ruckus is what you would think of the caricature of Uncle Tom. He doesn't like black people. White people are angels. There's nothing that white people do that's bad,
Okay.
and everything that black people do is
Who's
bad.
wrong?
And like that's what I think of, like, when I think of Uncle Tom, right? That's the
When I
idea.
think of Uncle Tom, I think of Samuel L. Jackson's
Character in
character
Django.
in Django.
Yeah,
Or
that's
like
a good one.
years ago, they used to say, the house Negro is, working in the house, and the master's sick, and the house Negro that works for him or helps him says, "We's sick,
Mm-hmm.
we's sick."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
not you are sick, or it's all one. Whatever. That's what I think of.
So, what do you mean by giving a hand or lending a hand or helping up? How you consider an Uncle Tom? I guess that's what I'm searching for.
I consider it as, I look at it this way: if you have something to give,
Mm-hmm.
okay, uh, let's say to a person that is going through a tough time,
Mm-hmm.
or you know someone, it can be someone homeless, it could, you can have people who are, the working poor,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. If you don't take a moment to reach out
Mm-hmm.
and help that person, and not, let's
Mm-hmm.
say, holidays or whatever, if you don't reach out and to extend a hand to help that person,
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. I think that it, like your dad and I, we're in the, we have the means,
Mm-hmm.
we always say that we're broke, but really we're not, okay? But let's say we have the means to help someone,
Mm-hmm.
and if someone needs help, at least reach out and say, let me help you.
Yeah.
you know.
But I don't
But
think it's
if you forget, because you can forget where you came from easily. You can get up in this, when I think of people who have been making, a decent living for 20 years, 30 years now, have forgotten where they come from, and that's what I mean. Don't forget, and do not be so full of yourself that you can't stop long enough to help somebody who's struggling. That's what I mean.
Don't be a black Republican or a black
Oh
Fox
God,
News
no,
correspondent,
absolutely not. That ain't happening.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I mean, people are flailing or whatever, that need help, and you won't stop long enough to help them. That to me is just low.
Yeah.
Low. That's low.
Yeah.
You cannot reach out and help someone.
Yeah. But I'll put it out there like this. Like, I don't think it's your job to save everybody.
No.
I think you can be a resource. If someone needs that, they need to seek. Seek and you shall find. It shouldn't be well, I got it, I'm gonna give it. And that's the first way to go broke, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Giving away all your resources. But if there's something that you can do.
You mean like entrepreneurship or start?
No, like whatever it might be okay. You see a homeless person or whatnot. You have extra food, you give it to them,
right?
Or there's someone loved one that needs something. You're able to help them. Maybe it's not the whole thing, but maybe it's something. I can help with that. Or or it is some sort of startup or something whatnot. And you all have those means to give in that capacity. Then do so. But don't. I don't think it's a Uncle Tom thing to be like, I want to be protective of my assets, and I don't want to just give to everybody.
Right.
If I'm an athlete, I'm making millions and millions of dollars.
Right.
Of course, everybody's going to come with their hand out, right? Yeah. So it's hard to have discernment on what to give to, what not to give to. Right. So I don't know. The Uncle Tom, to me, again, I'm thinking is like, oh, well, just because he's black, I'm not gonna spit on him even if he was on fire, type of deal. Like, just because he's black, and you don't want to associate yourself with that. You want to associate yourself with the higher class, and in their brain, the higher class is the white people. Like, so in order to be in this club, I have to distance myself from this other club. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean, and I don't think any shape form you or anybody else that I know in my circle that are like that. Like that's a tough one. That's a tough one to be.
Tough one to be a part of. Yeah.
And then there's a second part. Is it your responsibility to help? Yeah. So I think we kind of touched on that.
Yeah. We have a responsibility to help, but we have to know you can't help everyone.
Yeah, you can't help everyone.
So you do what you can do, and move on.
And that help might not be monetary.
No.
It could be a connection.
It could
be a networking.
Yes.
I can connect you with somebody that might be able to help you do. Like, it doesn't have to be cash.
That's true. That's true. You can a name or make a phone call or or whatever. So and networking and talking with people that can help that person or whatever. I mean, we have so many people. I mean, I'm getting like you when it comes to news. Your dad is just like our parents and parents were. 6 o'clock, it's time to watch the news. It frustrates me and upsets me so much of all the different things that are going on. And I am a person, I want to fix it. And there are so many things going on so far gone, but your dad can watch, and I'm like, you know what, this is crazy. This has been going on for 6 months. This has been going on for 2 years, and it's some of the things are just basic needs. It's not what people want. This is just basic
Yeah.
everyday needs, and taking children from their families. And I mean, it just goes on and on and
Mm-hmm.
on. And it's sad,
Yeah. Yeah.
trying to
That.
get kids. Now you're understanding, I get so tickled now, because I remember when in 2004, when we were making decisions or whatever, you had to make a decision to go to college. Well, it may not be the answer today
All
in
right.
2025. A
Right.
young person in 2026 who's going to school in the fall, the University of Cincinnati or Ohio State may not be the answer.
All right. Might not.
The answer may be, vocational school.
Mm-hmm.
They say you have to have different, give you, what are they, tools and techniques, and teach them, kids, basics like welding and
Mm-hmm.
HVAC, and
Yeah.
whatever, mechanics,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. My car goes, something goes on with my car. I
Mm-hmm.
drive an older car. If something, my car, I was just thinking, 2026, in 2027, my car will be 20.
Wow.
I've been driving this car for that long,
Wow.
and it still gets me from A to B,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But when something goes wrong with my car,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what a doctor or an attorney has to
Mm-hmm.
say. That is not who I need. I need a mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we
So,
we for such a long time we vilified those roles. We diminished those
right.
roles. We made it less than, like, if you don't have a college degree, you are a second class
Yeah.
citizen.
Right.
And that's just what happened, and that was wrong. That
That
was
was
totally wrong. So
definitely
now
wrong.
so now we got to flip it back the other way, because AI is not going to take those jobs.
No.
Like,
No.
we're always going to need blue collar
They're not going to take
workers.
those jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, always, but nobody wants to do it because
Yeah.
of the negative connotation
Right.
that comes with
Right.
having
Exactly.
that type of job. But you
Yeah.
can make 6 figures doing
Yes, you can. A plumber. I mean, they good.
Mhm.
Whatever. I talked to a young gentleman a couple months ago, and we were talking about different schools, and Columbus State came up,
Mhm.
and I said, "That's my alma mater," and he was
Mhm.
like, "Mrs. White, you went to Columbus State?" I said, "Yeah, that's where I graduated from." And he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, I always thought you went to, a major university." I said, "I did. I went to Columbus State." I
Yeah.
said, "But, I said, I had to learn." I said, "But I did go to Ohio State a year, came back, worked a year, ended up going back to school, went to Columbus State, graduated from Columbus State. Columbus State was good, open doors, for me."
Mhm.
So don't harp on that. What do you want to do?
Mhm.
And you see commercials, whatever. It may not take you 4 years to do what you need to do.
Mhm.
So run with it.
Yeah.
And do what you need to do. And another thing, you will not be in debt forever.
Yeah.
And it does. I said, my husband, I remember when we first got married, we had to pay his student loans.
Mhm.
And I think it was about the first 5, I don't think it was 10 years, but it was over the first 5 years of our marriage when
Yeah.
we had student loans that he had to pay back.
Yeah.
So you won't have all that,
That is true.
so that takes a lot too. So because that's a big debt.
Yeah.
It's
a huge debt.
Yes.
So we got a long way off of Uncle Tom's.
Yeah,
but
we did. I'm sorry.
but it's all right. No, it's good. It's a good conversation, because no, that is true. There's nothing wrong with 2-year schools. Nothing wrong with trades. There's nothing wrong with that. As somebody's in the construction industry,
Oh gosh,
white
yes.
collar construction industry job, I see it on the regular. The gap that we have, of the trades, of the skilled trades, like, we don't have. There's way more work, and there's not enough people to fill them.
Really?
So you have
Okay.
this gap of all this. So eventually, if you just get on there, become an apprentice, learn a trade, learn a skill,
Trade skills. Yeah.
get it, write your own
Life is
check.
there.
You write your own check, start your own
Absolutely.
business, and
Yeah. Entrepreneurship.
yeah. So it's there.
Yeah.
It's definitely there.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
yeah. So next, those are the only two that we had that we wanted to talk about.
Okay.
There was something I wanted to try. I guess we kind of talked about listening to your elders a little bit, a small amount. But I wanted to try something with you. I don't think you have a pen on you.
No, but
Nah, that's okay. If you don't have a pen on you, we'll wait. We'll wait till next.
okay.
We'll wait till next time to talk about that. But it's almost how long we been on here? Yeah, 45 minutes. We're getting into our time.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. We've been doing 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Time goes fast.
Fast. Yeah.
Tonight is the NBA Cup Championship.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the Spurs and the Knicks playing for that cup.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of the cup. I don't
You're
know
not
if
a
you
fan?
follow the cup.
When I think Knicks, I think of Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson. Yeah. I think of him. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah.
And in the Spurs.
Has anybody picked up Chris Paul yet?
I don't know.
He just gonna work at Allstate now, huh?
Chris Paul's gonna be all right.
Nah, he didn't deserve that.
No, he did not. And it was terrible what they did. And you know what? Every dog has their day.
Yeah.
He just needs to just sit back and cruise through it. And it's part of his journey. And I tell you what, those are the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to pay for that. That was all wrong the way they did that.
Yeah.
And it's how I feel sometimes about people missing the customer service segment when they're in training or whatever. Mm-hmm. That was not cool. And is Ty Lue a part of that?
He's a coach.
You know, Ty Lue knows better. He knows better. And
he's not the owner.
He's not the owner. And I understand. But you know what? In order to be it, your character says a lot about you. No matter if you're the owner, if you're the coach, if you're in management or whatever, you need to look at that. And it really made me think differently about him. I have a problem with people who do not have good character because it doesn't cost you anything. Kindness, you will never ever fail if you land on the side of kindness. And what they did to that, he's not a young man. I mean, man was totally. How can you take him to? How can you say they were on a away jaunt? Yeah. They were going away. Yeah. They knew exactly what they were going to do when they had him come. And then they get him, I can't remember what city that they were in. I forget. It was a couple, that so much stuff has happened since then. But they end up in a city and then they tell him, well, we don't need you. You can go on back home. Yeah. They knew exactly what they were going to do. And Ty Lue sitting around like, oh, whoa, it wasn't me. I'm just a coach and whatever. And CP3, whatever, he's going to be all right. Every dog has their day. Yeah. And I really do like his character. I like so far how he has handled it and whatever. That tells me a lot about this man and whatever. Ty Lue needs to go back to class and really take a look at that. His character right now stinks. It's just and it's harsh. Not right. And the owner and the owner as well. You know, whatever. And then poor thing. And it takes Stephen A. They also have is it Kawhi? This is the same team. Kawhi Leonard. He says the professional of knowing how to not show up for work and get paid. He wants a couple of lessons from him. I said, I'm like you, Stephen. He said he is a professional, not show up for work player. and I have to give it to him. So they need to really look at some stuff. But Mr. Ty Lue is in the middle of it. That's another one. See, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. We're on the outside looking in. So can you imagine if you were Clipper, you were in Los Angeles?
They like, shit, we just lucky to have our job.
There's a lot of people like that. They ain't rocking the boat. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people like that.
And there's a message within that message.
Yes, it is. Okay. I'm sorry. I went nuts.
Yeah, no, it's all right. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, any last words before we depart, before we get out of here?
No, other than everyone, happy holidays. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Enjoy your families. Yeah. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the new year. God bless you all.
Yeah, don't forget about Kwanzaa.
Yeah, I said, didn't I say Kwanzaa?
No, you did say Kwanzaa.
What did I say? Happy what?
You said Hanukkah.
Hanukkah?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Kwanzaa. That starts the 26th of December.
Well, Hanukkah is now, so we're not
going to we're in Hanukkah. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry, but I said Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy holidays, guys. This has been Collin.
And Niecey.
And this is I Get It From Your Mama. Or I get it from
my mama.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. Peace.
Deuces.